This is WPTV.
Welcome back to the charts. After a great set, joining us now in Studio B is Wishbone. We have few of their members. We have Nick Sagnella, Mike Bereski, and Jon Caplan. That was an awesome show, guys.
Thanks a
You're
lot.
wild with the guitar, Mike.
Fun, yeah.
It's crazy.
We
I
had a blast up there.
loved it. What is the writing process like for you guys?
It's super collaborative. We all play, we all write, and we met at this school. Well, they went to high school together, but we all have different influences that help fuel what we create, and anybody else?
Everybody seems to kind of like bring their own idea for a song, and then it kind of just blossoms from there. Like we kind of just all
You guys
throw
just
our own
build
ideas on top of that.
one idea and then comes like a ripple effect.
The first song we wrote, I think Nick brought in like a few chords, and then we just like riffed. We just like came up with some stuff for a little while, and we ended up with our first song in like a day.
Really? Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish I could make a song. Probably take me forever. And you guys actually recorded your EP demo here at William Paterson.
Right.
How was that? Like, what was that like?
It was cool. Well, one of the SEA students, the sound engineering students here, he had to do a senior project and record musicians, so he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I asked these guys, and that's kind of how the whole thing came together.
Wow.
It's very natural. And once we started doing the demos there, just demoing stuff that we were just riffing and writing, we decided, like, maybe we should really consider recording these and spending more time on them.
Yeah, so the opportunity came to you guys.
Yeah. It's
Wow, when
fell in our
people
laps.
search and never find, you're so lucky.
Take advantage of that.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, and you went on to record your EP, Hard to Be Blue, at your friend's house.
SuperDuper sound.
SuperDuper Sounds.
Sound.
Check them out.
How different was that than
That was-
recording it here at William Paterson?
I gotta say, I mean, both were great. They were definitely two different experiences. But working at his name's Cooper Davis, SuperDuper Sounds, and
He's an alumni from here.
Yeah.
Actually.
yeah,
Oh,
he
wow.
went here as
Just
well.
Shout out to
graduated.
Cooper.
Yeah, right. Willie P, alum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was very relaxing over there because it's it was in his basement, and I know that sounds a lot more DIY than it is because they really put it together very nice,
Yeah.
They got
and we
a
were
really,
all just positive energy, all
Yeah.
really working towards it.
really pro setup over there.
Wow.
It's just the process just like flew. We couldn't have asked for like
Really?
a better
It was
way to go
super
about it.
professional, but at the same time, we're all friends, so
Yeah.
including the
was
guys
way
we were
more
working with, so it was super relaxing and productive for sure.
No intimidation,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Just
nothing to
none.
be
a
worried about.
natural
Yeah.
music flow.
Yeah.
I like
Like
that.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that creates better music when you're
course.
relaxed
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of like, tensed up.
Absolutely.
And how did you guys get together to even start making music?
I think, I can't say which class, but I think it was one of the more boring classes at William Paterson. And
Yeah.
we all kind of just,
Yeah,
all
that
kind of
was
zoned
it.
out collectively,
I
and we
hit you
started
guys
talking.
up.
Yeah, Mike.
I texted him,
Yeah, well,
and then
if I could say, I remember a year ago or something, he mentioned to me, we got to do like a Sgt. Pepper kind of thing,
Yeah.
which is a
Beatles.
Beatles album. And he was like, yo, me, you, and John, we got to do, because you guys want to talk about how you went to school together a little? I don't know.
yeah, we went to high school together, but I didn't really know him. He was about 2 years or so
Yeah.
older than me.
Wow.
Then he graduated, and then
And then
we
age doesn't
transferred
matter.
here.
Yep.
Then I was like, oh, John.
Oh, so you guys met back up here.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
actually-
yeah.
Oh, so you didn't travel here
Yeah.
together. It was like a
No,
separate.
yeah.
See,
Oh,
I was
went to high
aware
school with you.
of this guy in high school because he was a stud, of course.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful class.
We didn't really
Can you
get
see
close.
okay in those,
Yeah.
by the way?
He can't.
It was fun, though. Yeah, it all came from that idea, though. It's funny because he brought that up, and we were like, yeah, let's do it. And then, of course, we're all busy with things, and you just, naturally, it just ended up happening.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have asked for a better way for it to
Yeah.
come together.
Aw,
It was
so you
really
guys
good,
had
yeah.
chemistry,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep, for real, yeah.
No
we did.
science.
No, no.
So how do you guys draw, inspiration from a variety of genres? Like, how do you mesh them together that way?
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
I think you just got to keep your ears open.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're willing to listen to everything, then everything's kind of going to affect you, like, just in its own way.
It's
Right.
about open-mindedness. We kind of put a strong emphasis on that, I'd say, with our
Yeah.
music. We're all very open-minded, when it comes to music. So somebody shoots an idea, oh, like I want it, and it's often when ideas come up, it's often like referring to something that we love. Like if Jon says, oh, I thought of this, it reminds me of this song, like we can do something like that. And when you start pulling from all these different things, like there may be music that these guys listen to that I don't really maybe listen to as often.
Right.
But we just trust each other. It's about trust and open-mindedness.
So if they listen to a song and you don't really know about the song, is it always like, are you always like agreeing with, like, oh, I like this sound?
Well, there's disagreements, but it's it's not like we don't have the same brains, but
I think that disagreement kind of creates the sound, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Together, because if we disagree on something, we take a little bit of that, and then we take a little bit of where they were coming from, and we bring it together.
Again, it's just it's compromise, but nobody's getting cheated because it's not like we say no to somebody, say yes to somebody. It's like, well, how can we put it all together?
That's awesome.
I think too, a big objective that I don't know about you, but I thought, we really wanted to get the bebop influence, and that's because him and I are in the jazz program here, and he's in the pop program. So I was kind of thinking like, I get him to sing, and then we collaborate, and boom, we have this huge, big thing, and it's just beautiful.
It is. It sounds so beautiful, and it seems you are very open-minded in your creative process. Why is that so important? Specifically, the open-mindedness.
It's just it just keeps things positive, and without that positivity and good energy, you're not going to create honest music.
It's tough.
It's like, and there are moments where things might get tense sometimes, like, and we've all been there in other musical things too, not even just with this project, where if things get tense, nobody's working to their potential anymore, So, we made it a goal, and it's not like we had to really talk about it much, it's just because we were all on the same wavelength from the start that we needed that open-mindedness because we just wanted good energy. We wanted this music to come out honest and good.
Yeah,
dope.
Tight.
And tight, yeah.
Having 3 people, well, 4 people, because our drummer, Liam Caracas, who's
Yes,
in the picture.
Liam's not here, but he holds it down.
Yeah.
Having
Can you tell us about him since he isn't here?
Yeah.
Represent. We'd love to know
He's a
about your
jazz
drummer.
cat too.
Jazz cat.
He just holds it down.
He can play anything you ask him to. He could play rock, R&B, jazz.
He's a super hard worker, and talk about open-mindedness. He's just he's great to work with. He's the man. And he wasn't around as much in the early stages of the writing process, but again, once we put things together, he was just as involved as the rest of us, coming up with ideas.
He's a huge part of the
things
sound.
out.
Right.
And yeah, he's like the cherry on top sometimes with those fills and stuff he does.
And you guys mentioned that your quest for tightness and the in the pocket music.
Yeah.
You gotta let me in on that. Like, what's that about? Tell me.
You feel it.
It's
you
just
feel the tightness.
You gotta feel it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know. It's being in the pocket, being tight. Like, what we mean by that is just like, I always compare it to like, when you're, okay, you got a screwdriver, you got your thing, your nail or whatever. I sound like an idiot. Okay, so you're tightening it, right? And I like to describe our music as right when you get to that point where you can feel it like oh, it's there. It just got to that point where you can't turn it anymore.
Right.
That's a good feeling.
Like
I don't know if you
basically
ever did
tuning
that.
it up until it's tight.
I live for that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the best metaphor, but we love that stuff. And Mike, he turned me on to D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And that I'd say I gotta say I don't listen much to D'Angelo, but the general idea of how that guy approached sound.
Questlove.
Right.
Yeah, Questlove, a drummer, and all these different influences. I'm a huge fan of
Pocket.
the Pocket.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of a band called Wolfpack.
Yeah.
They're like this funk jam band that's just all about that tightness.
Herbie
Wow,
Hancock.
yeah. At first I was like, I wonder what that means, but now that you emphasized on it a little bit more, I like that. I totally get it.
Awesome. I'm glad.
And how has the William Paterson Pop Music Program helped you guys thus far?
Yep. Well, John's
actually
in
the
pop.
only one
We're in jazz, but I was actually in the pop program for one semester before I switched. But I don't know. The music program in general was amazing. I mean, like, you're just it's kind of like an incubator. There's just all these people who are all dedicated to music, and everybody's, for the most part, everybody's really nice and involved and wants to help, because everybody's coming from different areas of the world, different influences outside of just us as well, you know. And the professors too. I got to mention them. They're a huge help. I mean,
talk about like open-mindedness too. Like everybody in the program that I've really come to work with is just so willing to do whatever, just play music as long as they're playing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really
And do you guys have any upcoming shows that we can look forward to in the near future?
I'm not sure when this is airing, but we're doing a show tomorrow night, which is February 24th at the bitter end. So if anybody has a time machine, try to go back in time to see that show. If it's, I don't know when it's getting aired, but other than that, we're pretty new to the game right now. We just recorded, like I said, this all came together fast for us. So
really fast.
We plan to have more shows in the spring and summer.
Yeah, definitely. I want you guys to have more shows because I really enjoyed my time just watching you guys.
Thank you.
And you're so nice. I like you guys. Thank you for coming.
No,
Thank you for having us.
Making this fun.
No problem. And that will wrap it up for another edition of The Charts. Join us next time when we bring you yet another up-and-coming band from William Paterson University's Music Pop program. See you next time.